Ladies and gentlemen, we have another PSA graded return I'm really excited about. Hopefully we have something that actually graded, we're looking for, I should say. I guess graded high is what we're going for. Because I feel like PSA has been a lot more accurate lately, which is a good thing. Because I always say, the more accurate, the better. The biggest issue with all grading company is when they just don't get the grade right. It's like, why is this a 9 when it's perfect? Or very often you'll see when it's a 10, and you're like, why is it off center? I can see it with my own eyes. How did you grade this a 10? What happened? So I'm all for higher, I guess, correct grading. That makes sense. As long as it's accurate. As long as it's not one of the situations where they just chose not to give something a 10, they chose not to give something a 10 just because they want to hand out a 9 that day for whatever reason. We'll get to that in a second. First, I have finally done the deed. I have purchased a ARS grade card. ARS, you don't know, is a Japanese company. Damn, are you not supposed to open this? I guess I'm never resealing this after this. It is a Japanese grade company, and these are actually amazing. Not sponsored, by the way. I just saw this popping up on eBay over the course of the last year, and when I was in Japan, I saw it a bunch of times. And honestly, I love everything about these slabs. They're so high quality. They feel like PSA and BGS slabs had a baby. Like, even look, even on the bottom, they don't have that little stupid little mark that all other grading companies do. Even BGS doesn't have it like that, but you see what I'm talking about, like that little mark where they actually like seal it forever. But they feel like trophies. I love this. You know, you got the information on the card right there in the middle. Surprisingly, they had an English card when I was looking these up. Masquerade being one of my favorite cards and also one of the most meta important cards in Yu-Gi-Oh history. I saw this, I'm like, wow, this is a good price. I think I paid like $400 for this as a 10. And this is just awesome. Unfortunately, you cannot grade with them. They only grade to Japanese customers only. I think the website said something about we would love to one day maybe expand it to international, but you have to have a Japanese address to grade with them. And I'm debating about just giving a bunch of cards to my friend, having him grade for me, and then ship it to me when he's done. Because these slabs look fantastic, because it feels like a trophy. That's something that I like about this. I mean, this little comparison. And the best part is, look how clear the card is. Again, the only complaint about BGS is the little sleeve that they put the card in, which I like as a collector because, you know, it's an extra level of protection. My hair is all over the place. It's an extra level of protection. Why are you poking up like that? What happened? It's an extra level of protection, which is nice. So you know the card is going to be safe, but it does kind of make it kind of hard to look at the card because, you know, you see those little wrinkles popping up. Whereas with this, the card is super protected. It's not loose, and it just feels so nice. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this. I am a big fan. I would love to see more. I think at this point, if I see English graded Yu-Gi-Oh cards in ARS pop up, I'll probably just buy them, to be honest. I definitely want more. All right, we have PSA graded return. Let me go ahead and pop these out. We got a handful of cards, and let's see if we can get some 10s. And a lot of these are regrades. I cracked them back out. And what am I number? Stickers next to me? I think I do. I mean, they're all 9s, so I'm expecting all of them to be 9s again. I got a bunch, but yeah, let's just hop into it. So first things first, this Blue Eye should have been a 10 to begin with. I bought this in person when I was in Japan, and it's a 10 now. Finally, they corrected it. Dude, I actually had this card graded like 4 times now with PSA, and each time they gave it a 9. I literally went to Japan, store to store, and I kept asking for the Bandai 3rd generation English Blue Eyes until I found the perfect one, good centering and everything. And they kept giving it a 9. I'm like, if this is a 9, 10 just will not exist. That's awesome. Yo, I love that. I love that. That's cool. All right, we're starting off with a banger. 9 million? We're at 9 million now? Dude, that's gonna be 10 at some point. That's crazy. You can hang out in the back for the rest of this video. All right, you know what? We're starting off strong. All right. Ooh, this is gonna be a 9. Yeah. There's one 10, and I'll be honest, I saw the 10. The 10 has the same issue that mine has. So if you look at the back of these, and by the way, I've seen a lot of these. The corners underneath are just ass. As you can see, mine is like, it's not like dented and damaged, but it's like a spot. They all have it. I even looked at the one, not to knock the 10 that exists, but I looked it up because if you go on the website and type in the cert, you can actually see the card for yourself, and it's super high quality images. When they scan these cards for the website, when you look it up, they're super crazy. I mean, you can see it yourself. And mine has the exact same thing that one has. But yeah, I'm surprised that a 10 exists, period. You know, I said this originally, I don't think 10s of this card should exist, period. Just because technically they all have that corner ding. But it really just comes down to, like, you know, the day that the grader has. You know, if the grader's having a great day, he'll give it a 10. If it's a bad day, it's gonna give it a 9. But I can't even judge that because they gave me a 10 on this one. So yeah, I think I might just keep this as a 9, to be honest. The pop on this is like, I think as me recording this, they have, you know what, let's look it up. Let's do a live reaction right now. How many exist? All right, you have Blackluster Soldier. There's one, yeah, there's one 10 still, and there's 10 9s. Technically, there's 9 9s because I cracked mine out originally. But yeah, I don't think we'll ever see more than double digits for 10s in this card. And if we do, then we can say that PSA is definitely having a bad day on grading, because that's just not true. It's just not true. I've seen a bunch of them, and they all had the same thing. And the reason why they're all the same thing is because that means they were just poorly shipped. They were just shipped in like a loose box in their promo sleeves and got dinged around. So unfortunately, that's what happens. Yeah, it's a great card. It's cool. Yeah, I got my money's worth. You know, I paid $400 for the stainless steel Egyptian God cards, which those to me were worth the money, even though it wasn't overpriced. But then getting down on top of that, I think this card by itself costs more than the $400 I put into it. So it's like I really paid for the BLS and then the free God cards. If that makes sense. But yeah, I might try to grade out one more time, and we'll see what happens. Next, we have Water Enchantress. This is a 10. 9. Why is it 9? What am I missing? Oh, I see what I'm missing. It's that corner. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Corners are always so butt cheeks. That's what it is. I like this card. You know, it's not really that expensive. It's like a $30 card as you play it. But I just like Water Enchantress. There's a bunch of cards where the art I'm just a big fan of. You know, like Masquerade, for example. And I just want to get a 10 of this. Maybe I'll just try to buy one. I'm mad because I remember there was a PSA 10 that sold for $100 a while ago, and I missed out, and here I am. Ooh, 10. Fine. Again, another card that likely won't be a 10 because of the edges. The thing about these cards is these DDM promos, you can see, have these like corner edges. But again, if the front is nice, if the centering is great, if the edges are like a 9, they'll give it a 10. Because in their eyes, it's like, this is good enough to be a 10. That's why I try to regrade stuff. That's why when a card is perfect, I send it to BGS, because BGS will never give you that leeway. PSA does, but this card is like, again, another one that's impossible to get as a 10. For perspective, there are 7 10s, and there's 53 9s. I want to see those 7 10s. I'll be honest. If any of those 10s are like 2 million certs, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Or they're like this, where the front is great, and it's just like one of these edges to have like a dot or something, which again is fine. It's a PSA thing. You have a second one here. Yeah, same thing. Although I think this one is way better. If I remember correctly. Yeah, this one's better on the bottom, but it still has the little lines at the top. But they're like so like slight, you can barely see it. But everything else on this card in the front was fantastic. Very, very good. Very, very good. Again, the ultimate rares are especially rough just because it's ultimate rare print. It just chips, and you have all those issues. On top of that, when you add the fact that it came out in 2001, what, 23 years ago, it's really hard to get these as 10s. So this 6 again. What happened? All right, I'm chalking this up as a misgrade original because this was a 4 million cert PSA 9 original. And I remember I looked it up everywhere, every single crevice, and there was nothing wrong with it. So I'm like, let me crack this out and send it back in. This was a PSA 9 that now has come back as a PSA 7, 6 twice. I don't know what happened the first time, if there was a misgrade the first time, or if something, I don't know, that I just literally just cannot see. But the thing about these cards is they're very flimsy. They're very, very thin. So I don't know if they're just grading it a bit more differently than they did the first time I graded it. Yeah, this should be the ultra rare version. It's a 9. You know what I mean? Like this card right here does not have the edge wear that much. It does like a tiny portion, but this is not edge wear. It's kind of like, I guess you can say it's edge wear, but it's like, you know, like when they cut a card and there's like extra piece of the cardboard. It's kind of like just kind of connected to it. That's what this is. You can't really tell. I mean, it's easy to look at this video after it gets compressed 85,000 times, you know, put on YouTube. It's like, that's edge wear, bro. It's literally just excess cardboard. So I'm like, sometimes they don't count that because it doesn't really count as part of the card, but I guess if it hangs out, then yeah. But the front is fantastic. So again, note, the ultra rare one is actually the most rarest one out of all of them. In PSA 9, we have 16 and we have 4 tenths. 4 tenths. I wish they would show the full pop report whenever you look it up. They only show you the current pop, what you're looking at, and then stuff above it. But yeah, there's 16 9s for this, and then there are the 4 tenths. And honestly, ultra rare should not be that hard to grade because there's no like flaking and stuff like that, and the surface is not really that shiny compared to like the prismatics. So you just really have to find one that doesn't have like any of the edge wear. If that's the case, they'll definitely give you a 10. Maybe I might try to restab that one again because I feel like it could get there, but the rest of these are all going to be 9s. These are actually all from that failed opening that I did a couple of weeks ago when I opened my Shadowless packs. We'll just kind of speed through this. Yeah, it's a 9. I mean, I feel like Pokemon, the second it says Pokemon, PSA just super grades it roughly. But I also know that when I graded these, none of these look that great. They were all like 9 worthy. Yeah, this is probably one where I was hoping it would be a PSA 10. Like maybe I missed something. But honestly, it looks pretty good. What I'm gonna do actually, I'm probably gonna send this batch of Pokemon cards all up. That's a 9? How is this a 9? This has to be the worst 9 in existence, because look, if you can see it. See that giant print line right there? There's a bunch of those on the card. And then it's also off-center like crazy. How did this get a 9? This should be an 8. Maybe a 7. I'm not the grader, you know. I'm not the professional here. I'm gonna send all of these cards off to Z&G Emporium. I'm probably gonna send them a big batch of cards that I just have sitting around. And see who wants it. Again, whenever I send cards off, I don't like to sell cards like that, unless it's like super high-end stuff. All my extra cards, I don't really like to sell like that, so what I can just do is I send them to Z&G Emporium every now and then. I've done it like 3 times now over the course of the past like 5 years. And whatever it sells for, it sells for. So if this ends up selling for like $1, it sells for $1. I don't care. It's gonna go to someone who wants it. So I'm not gonna announce when it's there. Just I guess keep an eye out on his eBay store over the course of the next couple of weeks. I'll probably try to package up something this week, send it to him, which means it'll probably be listed next week, mid-May. So just keep an eye out for that. But basically, when you see, that's another 9. When you see these listed, if you see like a shadowless, I mean, you can see the certs. You can see, you'll probably see a bunch of my stuff in there, like the extra stuff that, you know, maybe someone else will want. That's just, for me, it's just taking up space. And I can use it to, like, you know, put back into the channel, get more packs to open, perhaps, or, you know, buy more cards to, like, review on the channel and things like that. Ninetales. I remember I thought this was Charizard when I first, you know, opened it, but it's always Ninetales. And the worst part is, they both have Fire Blast, so when you're opening, you see Fire Blast, you get excited, you see the 4 fire, and then you just see it's Ninetales. Very, very depressing. Poliwrath. Great. But I absolutely want to see when I open Pokemon packs, especially these shadowless ones that were expensive. An 8? I guess this one is it's super off center. Look at the difference. Yeah, look, that is disgusting. How did this get an 8, but not the Chansey? What happened? Anyways, somebody's a Poliwrath fan out there. You know they'll want this. Probably sell for like $20. I don't even know. I don't keep up with prices like that. I don't care. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is, first of all, this is a big win. This is awesome. I am happy about this. I'm gonna probably crack this out one more time, send it in. I think it's a 9 at that point. I might just send it to BGS, see if it'll cross, but honestly, BGS will probably give us a 9 as well. We'll definitely send this in again. Maybe I'll send these 2 in one more time. But like I said, they're on the cusp. They're absolutely on the cusp of, you know, being potential 10s. One can hope. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. And also, again, let me know what you guys think about these ARS grades. Again, this is not sponsored. I just, you know, me being a big fan of cards, and the main reason why I started grading to begin with is because they were protected in these cases. I love this. Let's actually use Poliwrath as an example. Poliwrath, where are you? Where's the 8? Where's the 8? There it is. Like, look. Hear that? Here, hold on. Yeah. Hear this? That's how a card graded should sound. Not moving at all. Again, that's why I always love BGS, because again, they put the card in the sleeve and you can't. It's just stuck there. It's permanently, you know, in place, protected. And the fact that PSA doesn't do that has always kind of like made me side-eye them. it's still protected, but it's like, what if I drop this? Obviously, don't drop the cards, but what if I drop this? Like, and just bounce in the corner and dings or something. It should not be moving like that. This is awesome. So I'm gonna try to keep my eye out for more ARS cards to pop up. If more English ones pop up, I think there's still like one more Masquerino on eBay you can grab for yourself. But maybe one day we can grade with this. That's it. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next upload.